Well, teachers across New South Wales and the ACT are right now walking off the job in the biggest strike action of its kind in more than 2 decades. For more, we're joined by Elisa Stevens from New South Wales Teachers Federation, along with her son, James. Good morning to you. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate it. Look, the Daily Telegraph this morning calls the strike a lack of class, they say, and blames greedy unions. How does that sit with you?
No, look, it's... Again, I've said this to you a couple of times now, Karl. We are taking this action because our students are suffering. I heard earlier the Minister say that kids are missing out on lessons today, and I want to remind the Minister and everybody else that our kids have been missing out on lessons all year. We are in a desperate teacher shortage. It's a cross-sector, and our kids are suffering because of it, and our state will pay the consequences if more's not done. And
kids have been missing lessons for 2 years now. That's the delicate balance, isn't it? And today they miss lessons again. You do have to be careful, don't you?
Look, we do. I just want to point out that during learning from home, kids were not missing out. My son, he was doing learning from home packages. He was Zooming with his teachers while his dad and I were putting lessons on Google Classroom. We were phoning parents. We were running our own Zoom lessons. So during learning from home, absolutely, lessons were not missed. We had packages for kids without internet. We were working around the clock to ensure that our kids had lessons. Since we've returned to school with this teacher shortage we find ourselves in, it was well on the horizon. It's been coming for years. It's been clearly visible. But because of lack of action, this teacher shortage that we find ourselves in means that classes are being split, kids are being sent to the quad, we've got minimal supervision, we've got classes combined, kids are going without because we simply don't have the staff to put a qualified teacher, subject teacher, in front of every class.
No, look, I'm not sure where this line came from this morning, but it's in the Telegraph as well, saying that essentially the amount of money that you're after and the conditions you're after could build another 50 primary schools across New South Wales.
And my question would be, who is going to stand in front of those primary classes? We know that teachers, 7 out of 10 teachers at the moment are considering their future in this profession. They're looking for other options. They're looking for jobs that aren't 24/7 jobs. They're not staying up at night worrying about their classes, coming home from work with a list of homework tasks to complete, behaviour entries to do, phone calls to make. We know that for secondary teachers, they haven't had more time to do their job since the 1950s, primary teachers since the 1980s, and yet the number of tasks that we're expected to do, the amount of individualisation, the complexity of our student needs has increased more so since the last pay claim than in any other period. We're doing it in the same time as the 50s.
Parents are pretty frustrated. What are you going to do today? You've got your young fellow there. Are you going to protest? Yep.
We're off to a rally and our kids are coming with us. Look, I hear you say that parents are unhappy. Parents that I've seen on our school's Facebook page, parents in the community are very supportive of this because they know how hard teachers across the state are working. We come to school every day with our kids in mind. We want the best for our kids. Our kids are our future. And most parents understand that we're not doing this for us, we're doing this for the future of education.
Well, look, you're at the pointy end of all this. I know you're working really hard. Some people aren't going to agree with you, but today you're going to protest, and thank God that young fella looks like you and not his father. Thank you so much, Ali.